Hi there, it's Catherine again from Sunnyside Journals, and it's part 3. I'm on a roll this weekend. I'm still working on this little do-it-yourself journal here. Now let me make sure I've got you. There we go. Thank you again, Kelly's husband, for your help with my camera challenges. I am camera challenged, and he's a wonderful help. Thank you. Anyhow, my husband had to go back into work today, which is very, very rare for him to have to work on a Sunday at work. Quite often he can throw the lines over to our home and work from home. But this Sunday he actually had to go in. And you know what? Don't feel badly for him. The man loves his job. My goodness, he loves his job. He goes out the door with a spring in his step and a song on his lips, and he absolutely loves what he does. And shouldn't we all be that blessed to love what we do that much? His father started that little company years and years ago, and loved it dearly. Worked right up until until like the last 6 months, until he passed away, and he was in his 80s. He loved that company too, and my happy boy, he takes it very, very personally and seriously, providing the service that he provides. Anyhow, so he's off, he's happy, and it's a gorgeous day up here in my neighborhood. So I've already been out. I had to run and pick up something. My daughter Jordan was looking around online for things for her sweet family, and she spotted something that she thought I'd like, so she messaged me quickly and said, "Mom, you might like these." And sure enough, I did like them on Facebook Marketplace. That was a new one for me. I love Virage Sale. I am on Virage Sale all the time, but I had never been on Facebook Marketplace before. And she spotted these. Hold on, I'll put this under so we can see it better. And sent me the link. And fortunately, I was the first one. I messaged the lady and said, "Are they still available?" And she said, "Yes, they are." And I said, "I'll take them. I'll pick them up tomorrow." And she messaged me back and she said, "Wow, you were fast." She said, "I can't believe all the people who are interested." So I got them. Now I haven't counted them out. Apparently there are 21 little metal keys. I'm going to stand up and make sure that it's clear. Hold on. There we go. Aren't they cute? Look at these. So cute. Now, are they different kinds? 1, 2. Oh, yeah, you're different. So, I mean, obviously they're not real keys, but they're so pretty and so romantic looking. I can see them on the end of a ribbon to make a tie around a book. And then you sort of tuck it in so it's the weight that holds the ribbon holding the book closed. Do you know what I mean? And they're just so pretty. Lovely brass color. There's a good weight to them. They're really metal. So although they're not a genuine key, they still meet my criteria that they were secondhand to me. I wonder, she must have had them left over from a wedding or something. I know my niece used some pretty keys for her wedding. The little giveaways to the guests. She had pretty little keys tied around the little gifts for the guests. And I bet that's what these are from. Or a shower or something like that. So I got 21 keys for $10. So that's less than 50 cents each. So I'm a happy girl. So that was my deal of the day. I ran out. I took my life into my own hands and hit the grocery store. Tomorrow is a statutory holiday here in Canada. Tomorrow is the official day for Thanksgiving, but families all over the country will have their meal, their big meal, on several different days. It actually is quite convenient because if you've got a big family and you want to be able to have a Thanksgiving meal with several different locations, you can have turkey on Saturday, you can have turkey on Sunday, and you can have turkey on Monday. And if you're like me, I could eat turkey 3 days in a row. I love turkey, and I like it better even the next day. So it's a neat thing. Here in Canada, it's always on a weekend, and it's always a long weekend. So that's nice. I had my signatures in my book press overnight, and they're nice and squished down. And I did go into the paper block of the book, and I took out a few leaves to put in. And so I can't remember whether I put 2 or 3, but I put a few in. I mostly want to use the photos that are in the original paper block. I want to cut those out and use them in fun ways. But I did reinforce. If you remember, the foot and mouth disease was in sad shape along that fold because it's from 1942, so it's over 70 years old. So I used some of the paper that also is going to be used for in the end paper design for the book. So I strengthened that. There's actually a few that I strengthened. I forgot to show you this that I've put in as one of the leaf spreads. It's a map of Europe and the Mediterranean and well, you know, all of this area. It's from a Dutch atlas that I found from 1922. So although this map, they say, is from 1648 to 1789, the book itself that I took this out of was published in 1922. So that's a cool thing to have in a book, and I love the colors. And I have folded in those so that it's a fun kind of spread. This, let's see what I've done in here, if there was anything I did off camera. No, I don't think so. Nope, you're all right. 3, oh, here I did a bit of sewing. This is, I think it's like a check ledger. This sheet is actually really huge, and I actually was able to make two leaves, 2 spreads, and one of them's over in, I think, the signature number 7. But this one, I made pockets. I folded the bottom up, and I did a bit of stitching with some red thread. I've left these tails on. Sometimes I enjoy the tails, and sometimes I don't. But I leave them till the last minute so I can decide how I'm feeling about them that day. Here's one of the pages out of the book, out of the original book, and I had to reinforce it. It was in sad shape, the fold. Anyhow, I leave the threads long for the time being, and then I decide later if I'm enjoying them or if I'm not enjoying them. Off with the threads. Let's see if there's anything in here. No, I have my little guest book all folded and ready. I always do that at the end so that I know I've got these sides as close to even as possible. I'm not meticulous that everything be specifically the same width. Like some journalers, and especially beautiful journals that are hand bound, some of them will either get their signatures stacked like this and then do the slice so that it's just beautiful, smooth, even pages. Oh, there goes my phone. Hold on, I'm going to pause you. It was my honey checking in. He actually is finishing up, and he says he'll probably be home in about an hour. So that's nice. It's 5 to 1 here where I am. So that's nice. Anyhow, and some of them actually have a beautiful, like a special cutter that cuts their papers. But for me, I like the charm. I like the charm of slightly uneven. I don't want them ridiculously uneven, but that does not bother me at all. But I will wait to fold in these folds until I'm almost ready to do some sewing, which I'm going to do in a few minutes off camera. So I'll fold those in, because sometimes, depending on where a sheet of paper is within your signature, this fold, if it had been, say it had been on the front, I actually would have had to give myself a bit more space than if it's the last paper in a signature. So there we go. Oh, I put in a window, a tea-dyed window envelope, and I folded it off center because I want to be able to use the full window. And when I do that, I actually will put a cut to where the fold is, and then I'll actually take a slight V out so that it's easier to open and close once it's sewn in. So, and then I will round it so it looks a little bit more finished. And what that does is, imagine it's sewn together, you'll still be able to open and close that little area and put some little things in. And then on the other side, where the bigger side that has the window, again, you can put some little goodies in there, and you've got your window, and that looks really neat. And it worked out well. That's exactly the width. That looks nice. So I'm happy with that. So that's what I sometimes will do. Okay, let's see if I did anything else in here. I put in a sheet from that book, The Yacht Log. Log of the Yacht. Oh, there we go. So that's in there. I'm going to leave that right there. Let's see. I know that there's a few more that I fortified. They were kind of in sad shape. Fleur-de-lis. Nancy, I was looking at this closer, and I love it. The president of this company was a woman, Virginia Huber. So I like that. Good for her. I like tenacious women. Here's an original page from the book. That's cute. Burglar proof your home. Oh, I fortified that. I just use my tear ruler and then ink it a bit so that it looks fun. But I only do it on one side. There's no need to fortify the other side because this is good, strong paper. There's no need to do two sides, and all you'll do is bulk up your signature if you fortify both sides. There's just no need. You can do it if you want it to be pretty, and you... Anyhow, if you want to, go ahead, but there's no need. There we go. Okay, signature 6. Signature 7. Oh, this is the other piece from that sheet that I told you was huge. So I made there's more sewing on it, so the threads are still dangling. And all I did, I've already got a few flip outs. So this one, I flipped it twice so that it's got a nice finished edge here. And then I stitched it there and just glued these two sections here. And then it just makes a little bit of a tuck spot. And that's all you need to be able to tuck a piece of paper in. It doesn't have to be huge to be a tuck spot. Let's see. Oh. Here we go. This is from my Niagara haul. I have got to get that uploaded. It's like 30 minutes long, and whenever I try to upload it, YouTube just gives me grief. I found 2 packages of oval doilies. So I'm putting one into this. I've fortified the fold with some washi tape that I glued down. sometimes paper doilies do not like being folded, and they will crack and crumble and break. So there we go. Alrighty. So there's 1 to 7 done. I have, where is it? Where are you? Oh, I've got the fabric ready to go. Of course, now I can't find it. Is it over here? Nope. Why do I do that to myself? Oh, nope, that's not it. Maybe it's inside. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So I have this ready to go to sew my signatures onto. A little bit of my, hold on, a little bit of the Fabri-Tac bled through, but I'm not worried about that because this is where my signatures are going to get sewn onto. I'm doing a hollow back hidden spine, and they will be on there, and you'll never see that, so I'm not concerned about it. And this is my template for when you see all the little dots, that's where I'm going to be poking the holes in for sewing the signature. So, which reminds me, I need to get my stuff ready, get my little pokey poker out. I decided to go with plain end papers. How's that for being dull? But I want to have fun with some of the pages from the book. So I'm not sure yet whether I want to use that one or whether I want to frame. I posted a picture on Instagram. My goodness, Instagram was hopping yesterday, eh? Not many. I was really looking forward to lots and lots of YouTube videos from the channels that I subscribe to. Not a whole lot, but boy, oh boy, Instagram was humming. I love Instagram. I like Instagram better than Facebook. So I like that too. This needs to be inked. Here's the back. But I also like the larger one. So I don't know. I might put the larger one. Hold on. On the front of the first. You can see how that's the original edge. It's still aged, but I'm going to have to match up the yellowing there. I may put that on the front of the first signature. Yes, that's what I will do. So, all right, you get to stay, smaller double framed one. So I'm going to get to work, and the next time I check in with you, my my signatures will be sewn in and put into the cover. I don't tape that for 2 reasons. The first one is I can't teach you better than Nick the Booksmith teaches it herself. It's very inexpensive to just take her hollow back hidden spine course. I believe it's $15. And you have unlimited access to it. For a long time, I put my laptop right beside me and I watched it and paused while I worked. And it's a wonderful thing. And I can't teach it better than she does. And the second more important reason is I swear too much when I'm sewing in signatures. It's just you'd think there was a trucker up here in my studio. No offense to truckers. Yeah. So I must confess, now that I do more smaller signatures, believe it or not, I actually find the process easier. When I used to do larger signatures and less of them, like a journal this size, there once was a time I would maybe put 2, maybe 3 in. And they're just, I'm telling you right now, if you haven't tried it, try it. More signatures with less papers in them are easier to sew in. They are. I don't know. They just are. So I'm going to get to work here. I've got my big Wishes and Weeds paper clips that she sent me. They're my favorite for sewing in. I've got my sewing bucket here for when I sew in signatures. I'm off. If I don't check in, have an excellent rest of your day. But chances are I'm going to do another little video and show you how this baby looks with all new guts inside. All right, we'll talk soon. Thanks for visiting, everyone, and hopefully I'll see you a bit later. Bye.